I'm having trouble with this thing. I'm just going to do a chat right now. I'm going to try to put some videos together to show you some things. Whether you accept it or not, that's up to you. I believe in Jesus. I believe he can heal you. I had back pain years ago. I still do now, but I told these men, I said, the doctors told me I have degenerative disc disease, degenerative arthritis, and scoliosis of the spine. I already told this story here in a recent video. They said, you know what you did? You just claimed that. Don't do that. I went home. I said, you're right. I went home. I laid on my back and I said, Lord, I'm not accepting this pain anymore. Thank you for your healing. 8 bones went back in place, and I had no pain for like 3 years. I don't know why I got the pain back for sure, and I'm not going to go into it. I ended up being a worship lead singer on a worship team. I ended up preaching. I ended up doing a lot of things. And I'm not trying to blow my own horn, because I don't believe I'm anything. I am nothing without Christ. Nothing. Matter of fact, in my book, I beat Paul all to hell. Oh, I didn't go out and actually stone Christians or watch them being stoned, but I was a Pharisee. I've been trying to get things together here. I was trying to get a community here. You can't find one because nobody believes that we need one. These people around here are seeing some things, and there's militia around me, don't get me wrong. A lot of them. But the normal people, the regular people, they see things, some of them, and some of them don't. And they're still going to doctors, getting the poisons, drinking Mountain Dew. They're not trying to take care of their bodies. Yes, I drink beer and I smoke cigarettes. And I need to quit that. That is 2 of the things I've been battling all my life. There's 3 major things. Maybe more, but there's those 3 things I really have a problem with. And it was all started with a storm when I was 4 years old. And the window that blew in, now the wind. Maybe sometime I'll go into that, but maybe not. There's no time left. There's none left. People think still, because everything's been going on for however long, that we still got 20, 30, 40, 50 years, maybe 100, maybe 1,000. They're deceived. The whole earth was locked down in 2020. That's White Horse, going forth to conquer and conquering and to conquer. And the bow is fabric. When you look it up in the concordance, it's fabric. It's not a bow and arrow. That's why there's no arrows. You got the red horse. Not just war on the saints, but also wars and rumors of wars. Folks, what do you see? And then you got the black horse, hyperinflation. This is just the beginning. See, people think there's a 7-year tribulation. We're already in the tribulation. It doesn't say anywhere in the Bible 7 years of tribulation. It talks about 7 weeks and 3.5 weeks. But what does that really mean? And after the black horse comes famine and pestilence. Well, actually, the black horse is famine, pestilence and disease, the green horse, and death followed after. What do you think that means? Folks, when people can't get food and they start dropping dead, there's going to be disease. And there's going to be death, and more death, and more death. See, I know Donald Trump said, well, he's here to start the war of Armageddon. He's been anointed by Jesus, they say. He's been anointed by Jesus, all right, for judgment. This country has killed the unborn. And sometimes, in some cases, right after they're born, because now it's lawful. What do you think the Lord's going to do with that? You think he's not going to be angered? You think he's just going to be okay with that? People say, well, you know, where was God in our disasters? Well, you kicked him out of the schools. You kicked him out of your life. You kicked him out of your home. You kicked him out of everything. What do you think's going to happen? He's just going to let you decide what you want to do, and then you have free will, people. And what do you think is going to happen? You can't blame God. We, as a country, brought pornography to the world. We, as a country, went and conquered other people to take away their sovereignty, to put in our own regime. We, as a country, decided to kill their people. We, as a country, decided to take away the rights of this country. We decided, well, for safety's sake, we'll give up our rights. We decided that if we're not doing anything, that's our choice. That is our choice. To do nothing because we rely on a government that is evil in the first place. Folks, I'm about ready to get off YouTube. They have dragged every penny they can out of people, and I've noticed that when I watch videos, they put ads upon ads upon ads upon ads upon ads every minute or two. And I'm not kidding, every minute or two. At least the ones I see. I don't know. If you're compliant, maybe they don't do that with you because you're watching something that is Satanistic. But I'm not. And people that do not ever have commercials are starting to have commercials. I'm going to put a few videos up in the next few days, but I'm probably only going to put parts of some videos because I've tried to screen record videos lately, and they just keep in the same place, actually. When there's important stuff, they put an ad up. And the people are YouTube claims, copyright claims, but the people that supposedly has the copyright claims They're not the ones putting it up. Because I can put a video up in within seconds. As soon as it's put up, there's a copyright claim. Okay, the people that supposedly claim the copyright, they have not even had the time to watch the video. So you can't tell me that. I'm still trying to get ready. I got this building I got to clean out so I can have it sent back. I have no help. I am so low on money, it's pathetic. And there's nobody to help me. I see what's happening. I see the war, and I see it's escalating, and it's going to be bad. I'm going to also put a video up that shows that nuclear weapons are a farce. They're not even real. And I know you think they are because the government said they are. They lied to you. I'll get to that. I'll really try to get to that. But I would implore you not to believe anything. Nothing. Believe nothing. Mainstream media or the government tells you. They're lying through their teeth. If you can find an underground news source that you can trust, I would go with them because they have no bias. They're just out there to tell you the truth. They're not left or right. The left or right paradigm was only agreed upon to make you keep fighting against each other because they cannot control somebody, a group of people who are united. They can only control people who are divided. Not only are they not controlling the food, but they're going to control the water. They've already figured out how to do that. You have to be self-sufficient. If you rely on natural gas, LP gas, gasoline, electricity, the electric grid, for example, you rely on the government. And you're saying, well, they'll take care of me because that's my third parent. No, there is no hope for you because they're not going to take care of you. They're just not. One of these days, you're going to call 911 and it's going to be a recording. This already happened. Well, one of these days, it's going to be common. So when people are coming to your door, because you got a house on top of the ground with lights on, even if you got a solar system, you got lights on, and people can see that, and you're not blocking your windows, people are going to come to your door, and they're going to knock on your door, and it's going to look like this. Well, I have a child that's hungry. Can you please give us something? And you give them something. But then they come back with other people. You think that won't happen? Do you think it's not possible that when these people get hungry enough, because it's already happening in parts of the United States, by the way, where people are eating people. People are hungry. They can't afford the food. They can't afford a place to live. What do you think that looks like in another 2-3 months? Folks, I'm telling you, I'm warning you, as a watchman on the wall, because I am warned to warn you. Because if I don't, your blood is on my hands. Get the Lord in your life and Jesus the Christ to be your Savior, because He is the Savior of the world. Watch my videos, like and subscribe, and please share them. And if you want to, screen record them, because I don't care. I have no copyright on them. I allow people to screen record or download. If you got a way to download them, download them. I will warn you this. I'm constantly getting, copyright claims from YouTube, not from the people themselves, but from YouTube. Most of them say, well, there's no effect on your channel, but I'm going to go through them one of these days. I'm going to show you. They say there's no effect on my channel, but the ones with copyright claims, not all of them, but some of them have one view, mine. Sometimes 2 or 3 views. So let that sink in for a minute. If you think you got free speech, no, you don't. No, you don't. If you think they went to the moon, Buzz Aldrin already said to an 8-year-old girl, when she said, how come we never went back to the moon? He said, that's not an 8-year-old question, that's my question. He said, because we never went there. And Conan O'Brien. Conan was saying, well, I remember watching. He said, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. It was, it was animation. See, it used to be you could find the videos because the guy that videoed that, it was in a studio on his deathbed. He admitted that. And you used to be able to see in the reflection in the helmets, the glass, of people in suits. How's that going to be on the moon, right? And think of this. You can't get across town with a cell phone sometimes, or across, in this area, you can't get out of here with a cell phone unless you got AT&T, which is a CIA agency, really, if you don't know, by the way. How was Nixon in 1964 supposed to call the moon? Think about that. You've been lied to all your life. You've been programmed all your life. And you're still believing the bullshit. If you're believing it. If your eyes are open, turn everything upside down. I can walk into a store and see a face on a package. And when you turn it upside down, it's a demon. I can see that. I showed people in 2021, I think it was, that on the $20 bill engraved in 2017, the mask was on there. But you had to turn it upside down. Isaiah says, the people who plot evil turn everything upside down. As above, so below, folks. Pay attention. Because in a matter of time, within, I'd say 2 or 3 months, the food shelves are going to be bare, or at least getting close. If they start getting bare, people are going to panic, and all the food will be off the shelves in a day. Not 2 days like they used to say, a day. As a matter of fact, you'll be lucky if you get 2 hours. Because people are already waking up. but they can't afford to go buy it. And so the shelves are still full yet. But when they get desperate, they're not going to go buy it. They're going to go steal it. And if you're in their way, they will kill you for it. Because when their children are hungry, and when their wives are hungry, the guys out there, I already know people in this area right here, small town. We're talking a village, 25-mile-an-hour sign pasted on the back of another, 35-mile-an-hour sign in this case. That will go, they said they would go clear out a store with their guns that they got buried in the ground. If you think it can happen, you got another thing coming. And all these people, they go in the parking lot, and especially people like, I have RSVP rides, and I tell people all the time that I'm riding with, because I'm senior citizen. I'm 67 next month. I tell them, don't be having your face in the phone. When I get out to the car, what do I see? Their faces in the phone. They're not paying attention to anything of what's going around them. And it scares me kind of because I could go out there and get robbed because they're not paying attention. Blue, get out of there. Go. People do not pay attention. I watched a woman one time fall in a fountain in New York. Well, it was put on, I don't know, YouTube or TikTok or something. So she decided to sue to sue whoever put it on there. The problem was she had a warrant up for arrest, so she got arrested because they figured out who she was because she tried to sue them. Criminals are stupid. Back years ago, remember Paul Harvey? He would say the rest of the story. There was a story he was talking about where somebody had a truck, a pickup truck, and they decided to go in the store and leave the keys in it. Why would anybody do that? I don't know. So somebody got in and jumped in and started taking it. There's two guys. So he's like trying to run it down, which you can't. So he flagged down a cop and told him about it, and they chased him. So these guys got out because they were overwhelmed and jumped over this fence, and the cops laughing, looking at the sign that said Folsom Prison. There was another one in California. A guy wrote on his deposit slip, I have a gun. Give me all your money. It has all of his information on it. Well, today, people aren't that stupid, but they're stupid enough to misunderstand the fact that there are cameras everywhere and you can't hide in a cave anymore. The only way you're going to be hidden is if the Lord God hides you. Well, he's not going to hide you if you're a criminal. Folks, it's time to get with the Lord. There is no other way. There is no other way. So I would say, for your own benefit, pray without ceasing. Seek the Lord without ceasing. I talk to the Lord every day, all day. Am I right with him? I don't know. I try to be. I want to be. And I'm so grievous for everything I've ever done and said that wasn't with him. But it's time. There is no time left.